And welcome to the very important partner show by JVology Live. I'm your host, Krista Inakovsky, and I have the pleasure of introducing to all of you our wonderful mastery members, Fred and Cortina. How are you?
Great. Thanks for being here.
Yes, my pleasure. You have a very interesting business. It's a little outside of the box from if there is a normal framework for JVology, which we try to say there's not, but you're definitely pretty far outside of the box. So tell us in our audience what it is that you two do. And I know there's a why in there as well.
Yeah. Well, to begin with, we've got a tax practice here based out of Calgary. And we've been at it for just over 20 years now. And our main clients are farmers and ranchers in agriculture-related industry. And so in the last few years, in Alberta here in Canada, I'm sure it's the same in the States, there's a huge transition going on between farmers letting go and transferring the land over. And so we came up with a new business model. We basically call it the new agribusiness.
Keep explaining.
Oh, you want me to?
Oh,
okay. We actually service more than just one type of client, but our main objective is to service the investor. And the big challenge with investments today is most of them are taxable. You cannot pass it on to your kids on a tax-free base. And recently with this pandemic, you've seen the stock market go up and down. And so stability is a question too with equities. So actually, it's a perfect storm for what we're trying to deliver here for us. And what we're engaging in is to have the investor participate in agriculture through ownership, through prosperity, through owning land, and doing joint ventures with a new farmer by purchasing the land from retired farmers and getting qualified as a farmer. The biggest kept secret in this country is if you meet the test, if you're qualified, you can pass on that land for generations and never pay tax. Tell me what investments do that.
Or the investor themselves, should they choose to hold the land as an investment for a period of time, can then turn around and sell it at a future date and access up to $1 million of their capital gains exemptions. And if they have a spouse, the spouse could qualify as well. So if your interest is just doing this for yourself, that is also a possibility.
So the people that you're working with, do they need to be in farming? Do they need to understand? Do they need to become a farmer?
No, it's what we call a joint venture or custom farming arrangement. It's basically they become the landlord and they have an economic interest in the land, and the tenant, the young farmer, has the ability to access the land to produce crops, cattle, whatever. And through a joint venture arrangement with risk, the landowner can become a qualified farmer and take those benefits. And these benefits are incredible.
So you're really people who are investors and looking for alternatives to their current investment or how to diversify their portfolio and investments that have many, many benefits, as you've mentioned.
Yes, it's patient money because land is a long-term hold. It's not like equities where you flip them, on a more regular base. Being a long-term investment, it gives you stability. And the big part about it is when you own land, you can't steal it. It takes a lot of truckloads to steal that dirt. It's yours to keep, and you can do a lot of things with it. It's part of the environmental. It's friendly. It sequesters carbon. There's a lot of positive things about it.
So who are you looking to work with for JVology?
I think our ideal client will be, or joint venture partner would be either independent investors or something like an exempt market dealer who doesn't necessarily have to follow the exact Securities Commission's rules, or what they call family offices, where they have alternative investments that aren't necessarily, don't follow the norm. So anybody along those lines would certainly be a fantastic joint venture partner for us.
Especially if you can get wealthy families that want to diversify their portfolio, and then you get parents and you get adult kids involved, and that multiplier effect Cortina talked about goes from up to $1 million from one person to 3 to 4 or 5 people. it's a great opportunity to participate in food security, in food production. And again, with the borders closing in the world, countries hoarding their food, Canada is in a great position to be a major exporter, even a bigger exporter than we were in the past.
And really a way to pass on a legacy.
Yes, that is number one. You can pass on a legacy that runs for generations.
Excellent. Well, very good. It's a pleasure to see you again and look forward to having you at JVology Live. So I'm sure people, if you're watching, you will have questions, but reach out, talk to Fred, talk to Cortina, click the links, learn more about both the agriculture side, if that interests you, and of course, this opportunity for investment for you or people that you have partnerships with.
Well, thank you very much.
My pleasure. See you soon.
Take care, Krista. Bye-bye.